Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing you 3 Christmas wintry DIYs that you can do at home. And we're gonna start today with the tassel yarn garland that everyone saw on my Instagram and asked about. For this, you're gonna need some yarn. Mine is from Hobby Lobby. And I chose these colors. Today we're just gonna be using the red and the white and the dark green. For my wall garland, I used the light green. But you're gonna probably wanna have at least 2 colors for this. The dark green is gonna be the base and the other 2 will be the tassel. You're gonna need some scissors and a piece of cardboard about 1.5 inches by 2.5 inches. We're gonna place it horizontally to start and take the red yarn and we're gonna cut it the width of the top of your cardboard, so about 2.5 inches. Up next, we are going to just line up the bottom of the yarn with the bottom of the cardboard, and I'm gonna start wrapping around and making sure to trap that top piece underneath the yarn. I'm gonna wrap this 10 times. If you want a larger tassel, you'll wrap it more times, but I felt 10 was good. And so then I just take the top piece and tie it off so that it cinches in the yarn at the top there. Also, as a note, for the wall tassels, I held this cardboard vertically so the tassels are longer, so just be aware that's how I did it. But for this, we're doing horizontal. Next, you're gonna cut off the yarn at the bottom and then slip your scissors in there and cut all along that bottom so that it creates like a double layer of the yarn. And you might have to trim some pieces there. This yarn is not great. I suggest getting just normal yarn. This is like a double wrapped yarn. I was not a fan of it. So if you are able to find just like a normal 1-strand yarn, that would be probably better for this. This one fell apart. Next, I'm gonna cut another piece about 2.5 inches, about the same as that first one, but you can eyeball this because you can trim it later. And I'm gonna wrap it around the top of this tassel to create the top of it, or the head of the tassel, I guess you could call it. And don't worry about it being too perfect because you can adjust it once it's tied on there. So I'm just gonna knot it. And I actually, in this one, I adjust it before I knot it the second time, but you can absolutely knot it completely knot it and then adjust. It's yarn, it's pretty slippery, it's easy to adjust, so. And then I just take the tail of that knot and just kind of blend it into the bottom of the tassel. And that is the finished tassel. You can absolutely trim the bottom to make it more even, but I didn't. I just wanted it to look super crafty, so I left it just like that. And then you're gonna make a bunch of them. For reference, I believe I made about 30 of each. My tree is 6 feet tall, and I ended up making 35 feet of garland, placing these about 6 inches apart. So I ended up actually, I think, making more tassels than that. You are gonna have to play around with this based on how tall your tree is. It really varies and it depends on how close you want the tassels to be. So you have to do some math. But for me, I did 35 feet for a 6-foot tree, and you'll see it wrapped around about 3 times spaced out. So you may have to go a lot longer or a lot less longer. It's gonna be dependent on your situation. And here I'm just tying the tassels to the dark green yarn. So that dark green yarn is gonna blend really nicely with the tree. Super easy, super cute. And of course you can slide these around once they're on the yarn. So don't worry about them being perfectly spaced out, just get them on there. And I just added them all like this. And this is it on the tree. So this was before I put ornaments on. I just took a shot of what it looks like. It is so, so cute, so crafty looking, obviously homemade looking, but I just love that kind of vibe at Christmas anyway. Oh, so I actually went around 4 times. I did play around with this. It's not really low just because of my cats. You could absolutely start it lower, but I like the spaced out look. I think it's adorable. So next up, we are doing my Farmhouse Centerpiece. So for this one, you're gonna need to have 3 sauce jars. This is where I got inspo. I had a bunch of empty sauce jars and decided to make something out of them. So you're gonna soak them in hot water to get those labels off. And you're also gonna need some kind of tray like this. This was at Walmart for $15 in the kitchen section. You're also gonna need some acrylic paint. So this one was holly branch, burnt umber, and I used antique parchment. And then you're also gonna need some matte Mod Podge to seal the jars. So my first step was to make the sage green. So I mixed, obviously, these 3 colors. So the green, the parchment, and a little bit of the burnt umber. And I kind of just messed around with it until it was the color I wanted. In this video, I'm making these for my mom. The one I actually made was before this, and the sage is a little bit more ashy than in this video. In this video, it's definitely a lot more green. I do go back after this coat and do a slightly more ashy sage green because I just felt like this one was just too bright. So you can absolutely just buy sage green paint. This is just what I had in my house. So I just showed you how I mixed it and yeah, just kind of utilized what I already had. So you're gonna wanna do a coat of green on one jar and then do the other 2 in antique parchment like this. Of course, you can change up the colors. This is just what I did. After you do 2 coats of paint on each jar, let them dry, and then you're gonna do a coat of Mod Podge like this. This is gonna seal that paint, prevent it from chipping too much. Next, I just took some simple thin twine and I wrapped it around the neck of the jars and into a little bow. Didn't worry about it being too perfect. These are rustic, farmy looking jars, so nothing too crazy. I did this for each. And then I got some greenery from Hobby Lobby, which you're about to see in a moment. These are just pieces that you can make a wreath out of. So there they are. Just some greenery pieces. And I just put those in there, and that's the finished product. I love this. It's so adorable and so simple. And finally, we have the pine bough door hanger. I had excess boughs when we trimmed our Christmas tree, which inspired this. So for this, you're gonna want those. You're also gonna want some twine, same twine we used in the last craft. And you're gonna choose like maybe 3 boughs and tie them off at the top with twine. This craft is so easy, guys, and especially if you have a real tree, it just is so easy to put together. This bow was about $6 at Walmart. You can obviously make your own as well. And then I just took this command strip hook, put it up on my door, and then I hooked it on the twine, and boom. Adorable, love it. Super cheap. Obviously, we'd already bought the tree, bought the bow, had the twine. So that is it for today's crafts, guys. I know this was kind of a quick video, but these crafts are so easy and so affordable and made my house feel so homey for the holiday season. And of course, they can all be winter crafts as well. I definitely will be keeping that centerpiece through the winter and my tassel garland on my wall in my dining room, which is very similar to what's on the tree. I just think it's all just so cute, and yeah, it was just a really fun way to pass the time this holiday season while being at home. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday season. I will see you in the new year with new videos. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.